Oh, I met my wife.
How'd you meet her?
When I was young and stupid, I ran away from my father. We were living in Georgia at the time, and me and my father he had words with me. He was pretty stern man, and well, I mean it was for my own good, of course.
Of
But
course.
I ran away to prove to him that I was a man, that I could be a man, even though I was young and didn't know no better. Really young.
I mean, that's how the best learning experiences are taught.
And a couple of Irish people that I knew was joining up. And so I left for the great adventure because there's no better place to prove you're a man and get a fancy uniform and parade around like an idiot.
You
I
turn right over here, across this waterfalls.
I she was the sister of first fella I killed.
Oh,
After when all the men were out, there's it was at the Battle of Fredericksburg. It was sitting behind a long stone wall, sunken road, up in a height. Long waves of blue come walking up towards us. It's an Irish regiment from Georgia, 24th.
this is during the Civil War.
Yeah,
All right.
many a good fella died that day. Well, Irishmen, many of them. We killed a lot of our countrymen. Farmer countrymen, I guess.
It's all right.
The green flag of iron waving on both sides that day. But I went out and when the battle was over, I knew I had killed this man. Most of the time, in most of the battle,
You can be all right.
yeah, I'm alright. And for
Just take your time.
most of the battle, I was I was young. I was 13 years old. I wasn't even supposed to be able to enlist, but they sort of were taking everyone. Had the courage, you know. And I was loading rifles. I could load a rifle real good. Make sure that the ramrod was, the powder was packed tight. The mini barrel was put in the right way. I didn't load it, 2 or 3 times, like some fellas did. But I would pass the rifles up to the front, and the other fellas would be shooting over the wrong. And people was dropping all over. But there was a real devil to pay them. Boys in blue kept coming up to the line, crossing the ridge, and we'd cannon fire, rifle fire. It was murder. That's what it was. Nothing but murder. Came my time to be doing the shooting. I got up to the stone wall and I aimed real good. And I saw him. I saw his face. I pulled the trigger. All the smoke. I went out there, and I don't know for sure if it was him or not. I always thought it was. Maybe it was the Almighty doing work. But I found a picture in his jacket pocket, and a half-written letter addressed to his sister back in New York. So after the war, I fooled around a little bit, but I ended up heading back to New York because they wanted them to know that I was the man that killed their brother.
How many years after the war was it? So you were only 13, right? When you shot him?
Yeah, about 10 years. I think it was 70.
You were only 23 after the time then. Ben, you were just a boy when that happened.
Stupid boy.
I mean, we're all stupid when we're young, but I don't think anybody's gonna hold that against you. Continue to keep happening. Like 23 years old, you finally go. 10 years after the war.
Hey, she hated me, of course. They all hated me. But I stuck around. Got odd jobs down by the docks and doing some work, some of which I was proud of and some of which I wasn't. Didn't really seem to matter much to me because I don't know what I'd seen. I guess I had missed my childhood and had to grow up real quick. Anyways, in time, they were people that I knew in the city and kept running into them, Irish folk. After a time, I guess we became friends. And she forgave me some time later. And we ended up falling in love.
I'm willing to bet you it was fate that you were in maybe some other lifetime, some other way or another, that you were supposed to meet that man and you were going to meet his sister anyway. The fact that it came from tragedy just, I think, strengthened the bond, I suppose. I'm sorry, Ben.
And I convinced her to leave New York City because honestly, I was growing tired of it. I was missing being out underneath the stars and out in where you could see the land like this place.
No, I know.
So we moved to a place upstate New York where she had a cousin. And she didn't want to go, but she did it for me because she knew I was getting myself in trouble, not getting in with the right people and such. She could tell I needed to get out of away from the city.
This part I remember. I know you told me she passed away from smallpox.
Right, that winter she got the pox real bad.
It's not your fault. You moving out here and her coming with you, that didn't have anything to lead to her death. It's just an unfortunate accident. I mean, when you live in a big city, usually you have at least, some sort of tolerance built up to sickness, but out here there's new things and new experiences, and you didn't know. Don't blame yourself for that, please.
And I tried not to. But
I appreciate you, know? I know. I miss my husband, too.
You want to see something?
Sure.
Let's wait right here.
All right.
Hey, did you see Lily run down here? Yeah?
You all right? Is this Miss Sonia? I don't know.
What are you looking for? What's going on?
Miss
Lily,
Lily?
you know, the little native girl, she was running away because somebody was shooting her.
What? Someone
So
is shooting
Who was
at her?
shooting her?
Yeah, as a local.
All right,
I'm trying
Hey,
to find her. I don't know where she
easy.
went.
Easy. You settle down, big boy. Hey.
Well, she didn't come this way, not that I know of.
Yeah, I didn't see her. Easy.
Alright.
Here.
That's a good boy. It's alright, I'm just making sure he's not going anywhere. Where'd you go?
I'm in the barn. I'm in here.
It's kind of dark and scary in here, Ben. What's going on?
Don't quite fit like it used to.
Oh. Is that why you're upset about the statue? Were you on the Union side or the Confederate side?
As I said, there was Irishmen killing Irishmen that day. I was part of the 24th Georgia.
Jesus, Ben. You were just a boy, though.
Right, I mean...
Shit.
yeah.
I can understand. So there's gunshots going on outside. We should probably be careful.
That's why I don't care. I mean, there were good men on both sides. There were bad men on both sides. None of us have done things we weren't proud of. What you have to do, you know.
No, I understand.
That's why I said it was murder, sitting up there shooting all them fellas. Especially knowing that they was your countrymen. After each wave that we beat back, we would yell, "Aaron Gebra!" as they would fall back, saluting them, tears running down our faces, knowing that they were countrymen.
I'm sorry, Ben.
After you do it for long enough, you start to forget that them fellas over in, well, don't really matter what got you there. I think all of us, at least for me, I was trying to prove myself to be a man. And frankly, later on, I realized I still feel like I was out, other than running away from home and all. The thing about it was, it's like being a part of a gentleman's club, if you will. And then some people tell you that you can't leave the club even though you joined it voluntarily. And they tell you what you can't do. And they're going to force you to be a part of the club even though you don't want to be a part anymore. At least is my reckoning. That's what I figured.
Ben, you were
Made the
just a
most sense to
13-year-old
me.
boy. Of course they forced you into something you didn't want to do. I'm sorry that they did that to you. I know
He
it's
did
hard to
fight
share,
for
and I
the
appreciate that you
Confederates.
shared this with me.
Yeah. But that's right. I got no will toward none of them. I mean,
No, I understand.
I don't. The fact that they was peeing on some Confederates' generous statue, well, if I knew who it was, I might have joined them. I don't know. But I could only think of the peoples that the men that I fought beside, and the men that I killed. Especially on that day,
I understand.
it was murder that December.
It was
Nothing short
murder.
of murder.
But
you.
you were also just a boy. Hey, I'm fine, Traveler. You just go and comfort your papa. See, he's turning his head to look at me like, are you going to feed me yet?
I think he just wants a good brushing is what he wants.
I think that's true. Hey, settle yourself down now. Settle down.
Easy, boy.
Boy, he's a big boy.
Easy.
I'm gonna get out of the way. You aren't the person that you were as a child. You didn't even know who you were as a child when that happened. You just did as you were told. Point the trigger and pull.
Well, it's
You know it's a weight on you now.
been a
You
weight
know-
on me for a long time.
Well, Ben, you know that the consequences of your actions, you knew exactly now. And I think because you try to atone for that, that makes you the better person.
Oh, what else I
past
got?
doesn't-
What am I supposed to tell the Almighty when I go see him?
Your
I
past
killed
doesn't
good
define
Catholic
you.
boys that day.
You know, I was taught to learn that the Almighty God was all-seeing, all-knowing, and all-understanding. People tell me that that person, that God up there, has a reason for everything, and he had a reason to put you out there. He had a reason for you to go through some of that. He has a reason for every murderer, every killer, every innocent child, I suppose, that dies. There's a reason for it, apparently, what people say. So when you go to face the Almighty God, you know, and you face him, you know what you did, and he knows what you did. And that's what
And-
people tell me, is that when you ask for forgiveness, he will forgive you.
Well, you're supposed to be standing naked in front of him, so, you know, I ain't
Body
much of
and
a
soul.
sight. Skinny as a rail.
Yeah, but from what I understand, that the people who are Christians and Catholics alike, and I feel like they put fear on it way too easily. And it's what fear that killed my grandmother and burned me. So there's a benevolent God out there, and I don't think it's the one that people like to preach about fire and brimstone and killing folk. If you're supposed to go to heaven, you're supposed to go without fear in your heart or whatnot. I'm not a Christian. I'm a pagan. I don't believe in the same thing as people do, but I can understand benevolence when I see it. You're a better man for it, Ben, just so you know.
And
Not evil because of what you did as a child, because you didn't know any better. And you're trying to make up for it as you go. And I think your Almighty God sees that. And I think he understands.
And I agree with you about the fire and the brimstone. I've been through hell. I've seen what men are willing to do to each other. What I did. The
Yeah.
places I've been.
Me too. But it's about you today. It's not about
I
me.
was a lucky one, you know, so to speak. I guess. But I don't go thinking that ghosts were chasing me or nothing. I made
think
peace
you
with me
just-
past a long time ago. But, you know, but
Weight of scars can still take
It's-
people down.
still a weight I carry.
Right.
I'll always will. I mean, you can't have.
It was a part of you, but it's not who you are now. Just like what I went through was a part of me, but it isn't who I am now.
Right.
Don't forget that, okay? Like I told Jesse, just don't forget yourself and stand tall. I'm gonna go find my horse, okay?
Yeah, right.
Feeling a little bit somber.
Oh, there you are. You alright?
Yes. Lily? Lily? Lily?
Hey, Peachy! Have a good night. Thanks, Jim.
You're not hurt?
Okay.
Okay, good. As long as you're not hurt. I mean, you're not shot or bleeding or anything. That's not your blood on your shoulder.
No.
Okay, good. Alright,
Thank you.
of course. I'm glad you're okay.
Yes.
Alright. She's good. She's a scrappy little thing.
And I should She don't have a horse.
No. She runs faster than a horse.
I see. She's quite fast. That's true.
Oh, she's very fast. That's why she doesn't have a horse. Speaking of horses, here comes mine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby boy. I know. You just missed me so much. You silly fat little boy. It's alright. I missed you too. Yes, a good boy. Yes. Alright. Let me get up here.
Welcome everybody that came over from Desby Eric's stream. Desby, thank you very much. I hope you had a good time tonight.
You know, I miss Larkspur, but I do like Firefly a lot.
Make sure you guys give her a follow. Also give Jam a follow. Hey, where do you want to bed down for the night? Strawberry?
Oh, fuck if I know. I was gonna get money from the bank and get myself some spyglasses, but I'm so tired.
While we're here, you know what? Let's do it while we're here. That way you don't have to come back to this place.
No, that's fair. I mean, I could just get the money and just get it from Strawberry.
Either way, it'll work. They got them in both places.
Thanks for giving me a ride, Ben.
Eh, not a problem. What I told you
Appreciate
ain't for everybody's ears, right? Not that I'm willing to tell them.
No, I understand. That's your thing. Hey, Ellie.